Alright guys, this is the spoiler edition of Alita Battle Angel. And I cannot stop praising this movie. This movie was something spectacular. This movie was something awesome. And I'm still encouraging everybody to get out there and go see this movie if you haven't seen it yet. You will not be disappointed with this movie. Just a little background on Alita if you're not familiar with who she is or where she came from. This is a graphic novel that was made back in 1990 and they adapted it to an anime in 1993. James Cameron acquired the rights for this some time ago and he held on to this until they got the technology to produce a great CGI for this movie, which I think is brilliant. This movie is really something special because this is the first time in a long time, probably since the first Avengers movie that came out in 2012, that they got a movie right and they really paid attention to detail and they made the movie for the fans. From the writers, to the producers, to the director, to the executive, and to the artists. Everybody took their egos and checked it at the door and said, you know what? We're going to make this movie. Not only are we going to make this movie, but we're going to make this movie right. This movie is a testament that Hollywood can actually produce a movie that everyone wants to see. The movie had story, artistry, chemistry, everything that you could think about, all the elements that makes a movie right. They really focus on the detail of it and put it on screen. That's something that we haven't got in a long time with any big budget movie, and especially with the CGI movie. I'm not sure if everyone caught this or if they picked up on it, but there was actually a nod to Wonder Woman in that movie. Do you remember when Hugo took Alita to go get the chocolate and she bit into it and it was like, oh, this is the best thing ever? That actually came from Wonder Woman, from when she had ice cream for the first time and she bit into it. So I'm not sure if they were sending a little message there, but I definitely caught that. And I really gotta focus on that attention to detail in this movie. I'm not kidding. When I say they need an Oscar for the attention to detail in this movie, they really, really do. Did anybody pick up on the Aztec design on Zapan's back? That blew me away. I was like, oh my God, like they got down like that. Like, yo, y'all went deep. One of the things that made me jump out of my seat was Ito's Hunter Warrior Spike Mallet. Man. When that afterburn came out, when he hit Gruishka with it, oh my God, almost. And another thing that I mentioned in the spoiler free was the freaking manga eyes. I'm really glad that they sat down and paid attention to, again, detail and just focus on those eyes and did not put it on screen until they got it right. And now let's talk about Alita. I'm so glad they made the decision to make her a normal teenage girl. She was naive, she had a little bit of humor to her, and she made stupid decisions. And I'm really glad they didn't over-sexualize this little girl. She looked like the girl next door, and I'm okay with that. That's cool. For one, they shouldn't be trying to sexualize a robot anyway. Don't give anybody any ideas. Do you know what part was so dope? The part that just brought the little kid out of me? Do you remember when she was fighting with Gruishka and she jumped up and cut his arm off with the hi-ya? I lost it. I was in the theater. I was like, ah! For something that's supposed to be so corny, they put that in the movie, and man, like I said, they just did this movie right. I watched some other reviews and I heard some complaints about the villains in this movie, about Alita not having any real competition. This is her debut movie. This is her breakout. She's not supposed to have any competition in this movie. She was supposed to whoop everybody's ass, and they did that. And they put that on film, and they got it, and they captured it, and it worked. I can't keep saying that enough. Everything in this movie just freaking worked. That's why this movie is so special. Again, if you haven't seen this movie, run out and go see this freaking movie, man. As much as I praise this movie, I only have one con. Not a complaint, but a con. And that's Jennifer Connelly's, pun intended, character Sharon. For whatever reason, they kept her really tame in this movie. I'm not sure what direction they were trying to go with her, but in the graphic novel, in the anime, that is a ruthless bitch. And I'm probably gonna piss a lot of people off with this one, but one of my most favorite scenes in this movie was the dog killing. I know it's a PG movie, but I would have loved to see Gruishka slice that damn dog and them intestines went flying everywhere like it did in the anime. That would have been something. Damn, that would have been good. Now, did you guys notice the design of Zalem and how they really brought that to life? like I said, man, I cannot stop saying this. You're probably sick of me saying it, but the attention to detail in this movie made this movie so extra freaking special. And the surprise at the end, the uncredited surprise, Nova showing up in the movie played by none other than Edward Norton. That blew me away. To think that they actually did not advertise him for this movie and let him be an uncredited surprise, that tells you how much faith that they had in this movie, and I absolutely loved it. I'm so glad to see Edward Norton back on film, because I was like, damn, bro, where you been at? And as far as the box office, this movie is doing absolutely great for the position that it was in. Number one, this movie made $137 million globally. All right, so I want you to focus on that. $137 million for a movie that pretty much all of America had no idea about but a select cult of people. I believe this movie could have done a lot better, but you have to factor in the competition that this movie had this weekend. It was several factors. Number one, it was up against the Lego 2 movie, which is already a popular movie in its genre. Number two, it was also up against Happy Death Day to You, which is another popular movie in its genre. Number three, it was up against a holiday, Valentine's Day. Half of America is out being romantic somewhere and not being at the movie theater, so that was also a contender against it as well. So to pull $137 million globally, that's damn good for a movie that no one knew anything about. I'm really encouraging you guys to get up and go see this movie. This movie is one of those movies where you leave the theater being like, damn, that was really an experience. Almost like when the first Transformers movie came out. So seriously, you guys need to get up, get out, go see this movie, come back, and leave a comment in the comment section below, and we'll talk all about this. And until next time, I'm out.